And welcome back. Alright, so I've done a little bit of planning with Plan Your Perks, nothing too major, and also this new guy, Espen, the Dayteller, is now wielding a three-headed flail, mostly because I didn't have spears available currently. Okay, and also this place, Salzbruck, does have a taxidermist. So let's craft a few things. Let's make a hyena fur mantle. Let's also make a nacho trophy. And also one reinforced throwing net. Also there is a bug here apparently. Color something 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 tool color. Okay. Anyway, not like it matters. Okay, so nacho trophy. Let's see who gets to wield it. Well, use it. Wear it. Let's give it to, like, Zubair. Sure. Up to 53 resolve there. And also, yes, the hyena fur mantle. Now, ideally, that would go on a famed piece of gear, but I currently only have this thing, which is pretty damn good, but it's being used by Zubair, who doesn't have dodge. And also, it would be better, I guess. I mean, this is a poise piece, ideally. Currently, it's being used by a battle-forged person, but still. But ideally, I guess this would go on a nimble piece, a famed one. I don't have one. So the next best thing is probably something like this plated nomad mail. This would also be good, but the thing is, it already has an armor attachment, so it's not actually going to work like I want it to. So, since hyenas, I guess, are pretty common, I'm going to put this on something to get the immediate benefit out of it. Let's see, which one do I want to use? I guess I'll end up giving the piece to Zahiri. So this helmet is -5, and this piece is -10, so I guess a leather lamellar armor is the way to go here. If it's a mistake, it's a minor, very minor mistake, and I don't think it is a mistake, but anyway, so that's -15 for Zahiri, and also more initiative. And let's see, does this guy even use... Well, he will. He will use dodge. Will go nimble. So I suppose that can go for him. Alright, so Lefric now wearing this lovely gladiator harness. Alright, so yeah, I think that's all we want to do here. Let's give Vidold this reinforced throwing net though. Alright. Yeah. Let's see. Did I have anything to sell? Well, I do, kind of. And also the selling price is 17, so never mind. There is actually a few things we will do here still. But, yeah, now we are done. Alright, and I won't be doing any of these contracts, I don't think. I guess I can check what this One Skull Noble contract is. So, what is it? Destroy Mossy Shelter, southeast of Adlerstein, or Stein, or whatever. So I did install the mod that lets you return noble contracts anywhere, as long as it's the same faction. But even so, I'm not terribly keen on doing that. I don't even seem to see where the location is. Anyway, since it's One Skull, I definitely could do it, but let's not. Let's not bother. Let's instead... So the road leads north here. There is no road leading anywhere in this direction, it seems. But let's go scout what we can find. Maybe here. Yeah, I think that makes a whole lot of sense, and we can stop by at Senftenberg. Maybe there is a contract over there that we'd like to do. Okay. Here we are. And it is, let's see, beasts. So, well, it's definitely going to be easy. It's a one skull. I guess I'll do it. The beast parts are okay. And the taxidermist is pretty close by. So, sure, I'll accept. So, let's check the recruits. Okay, one miner. Not sure how good miners are in Reforged. I guess I can find out. Let's see. Okay, 2-star melee skill, 56. That's pretty good. No stars in melee defense, 68 hit points. Let's strip you naked here, even though I can see the stats here as well. 38 resolve. That is a pretty low roll. Melee skill did nearly max roll. So he's like, I don't know, average. Something like that. He does get underdog, he does get shields. Will reach around 86 melee skill. So he's definitely usable. Club-footed is a bit annoying. Doesn't have Pathfinder to offset that. The thing is though, I already do have 11 people, so I think I'll let this guy go. I'm looking for someone who's a bit more formidable at this point, especially since I did allow this guy, Espen, the Daytailer, to come along. So yes, indeed, let's just fire him, or well, I guess fire isn't the right word to use since he didn't spend any time with us. Anyway, so it's going to be webnects, and they are going over the mountains, it seems. Okay, well, sure. Headed south there. Whatever, I don't need to find them straight away. Let's head south. See if there's a camp or something nearby. There is a camp. It is on a hill and I don't know what's inside though. So that's definitely risky. I do not have the bird either, so I can't see. I guess the music will tell me, if nothing else, what's inside, but I don't know. Not feeling like fighting uphill necessarily when I don't know what I'm facing, so let's... Oh, what was that? Was that brigands? Okay, it's brigands, and they just spawned. I think I will do this now that I know it's brigands and it is night time. Though it's definitely a bit risky when I don't know just exactly what's inside. So let's rely on the nets here. Yeah, I think so. I do think so, so if there's like a swordmaster or something along those lines, we can use the net, and if it looks like it's too much for us, then we can just retreat. This isn't as formidable as this place, for example, is. Like, this description clearly outlines that this is the higher tier location with elite bandits. This place, however, is just a regular bandit camp and pretty near to civilization as well. So let's just go. Now that I know. Okay, let's start with weights and see what the ranged guys decide to do. 12 enemies. Tier 2 crossbow, I think that's the first one I've seen this run, so definitely nice to be here during the night time. Okay, I don't... I was going to say that I don't care about Elmer Fudd all that much, which is true. So I was going to use him for scouting, but the issue is that he's wearing a -3 vision helmet. So that's not a good plan. Let's see, Milo. who is... Yes, the farmhand. Okay, well, we can... Let's see, this is -1, right? Yeah. Let's see what we can uncover. Not much. Okay, a guy with a boar spear. Alright, sure. Let's step back again. So I'm not too afraid of this now that I have seen what's here and it's only brigands. But yeah, definitely still possible that there's a nasty enemy here, but that's why we brought the nets. Anyway, let's just advance here. Okay, not afraid so far. They definitely can kill someone, but that's fine. That's completely fine. Also, I don't care about Espen's survival. So I'll just utilize him as if he were actually better than he is. Same goes for like half of the team. If they die, they die. It's perfectly fine. I'll accept it. Okay, Zishan just advance, but let's see. Maybe over here, actually. Yeah, let's do it like that. So they are clustered in the middle, and the southern flank is basically empty. And Mahdi I do care about. I do care about him. So let's be at least a little bit careful with him. Let's go for the long way around. Okay, Zahiri. Let's see, I can reach them already if I'd like. Do I want to do that though? So I see 8 of them, so there's 4 of them still hidden. I guess I'll not get next to them yet. Not sure if that's the right move. They might still have like throwing nets around here. Even if the enemies themselves aren't all that dangerous. Let's head over here, I think. Alright, sure. And you can take that spot. Wolfgang has 9 lives, so I can take some risks if I'd like. I guess it's fine. Maybe let's not get carried away though. Let's move over here. Oh, that was a mistake because I blocked Elmer. Well, I guess I can just go this way. That's fine. That's maybe even better, actually. Right, and finally Zubair goes to the middle, I suppose. Helps out Zahiri. Yeah, that's a nice spear wall you have there. But it's less useful for your team if you back off like that. Whatever, let's trigger them. 79. Goodbye. I do love my spear mastery golden dags in the early game in this mod. Alright, and the rest of them have been triggered. Yeah, sure, let's use the onslaught. Though does this have a range? It seems to have a range. Okay, well, fair enough. Does it actually say that is... Yes! Okay, it does. Allies within 4 tiles. Okay, well... Should have read the fine print earlier, but sure, that's fine. Don't even need that ability for this fight, it seems. It's just nice to have. Okay, if I move here, then this guy can walk up to Milo and attack. Let's not allow that. I guess these woodcutter's axes aren't like that terrifying, but I'd still prefer not giving them free shots. And the same goes for you, Espen. Yeah, I suppose so. Let's wait. Now Leofric, however, maybe walks up here. Yeah, sure, let's do that. And do the shield wall. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Okay, brave move. And we missed the 95 decapitate, so I guess it kind of worked out for this thug. Also, my pronunciation today seems to be a bit off. Even more than usual, maybe. Anyway, let's see. Wait. And we don't need the nets here. Definitely not. The bow is not going to do much either, though. Also, I don't care if Widold dies, so maybe I just use him in melee with his 11 melee defense. At least he'll provide some surround bonuses, and he does have 70 melee skill, so sure, whatever. Just go for it. And actually get a headshot. Nicely done. Okay, Zishan, since he's nimble, since he has shield expertise, and since they are pretty weak overall, I can basically do that without any worries. And kind of the same goes here. I can just not mind that this woodcutter's axe scoundrel has the high ground advantage there. Probably can even kill him before he can try to do anything. Okie dokie, and with that in mind, I guess Milo can do whatever here. Just go for this though. There are probably better uses for a line breaker from Onslaught that I could be doing, but currently, at least in this fight, I don't see like any of them. But maybe that's because they are so easy and because I used the ability so early. Anyway. I think this will be fine. Yeah, should be fine. Indeed, it was fine. Okay. And I suppose I'll wait now. Okay, he's fleeing. I could step down here, but is there a point? Let's just wait. Okay, that hurts. Well, I did take the chances on purpose, so that's fair enough. Also, he is still alive, so fine. Nice hit there. Alright, and let's see. Well, this is 4 tiles as well. And I cannot step up and use the ability. Well, whatever, let's just do it from here. It's not going to help everyone, but that's fine. Plenty of things are just fine. Cannot shield wall here though, so let's attack and miss. Right, let's go for a flank. And wait. 24 dodge there. Alright, well, Widold, you can just step away now. Can't... Well, actually, I can do that switch. Okay, sure. Despite having to switch 2 things away. Let's just wait still. Yes, this is an extremely easy camp. Despite the camp being on a hill. Okay. Sure. Just a slaughter. And basically all of them are fleeing now. Okay, do I care about their armors per chance? Does not look like it. Right, whatever. We have reached the point in the game where some of the fights become extremely easy. But I guess this wasn't like a cakewalk. We did take a nasty hit here with Widold. Sorry dude, you're not getting away. Alright, and we get a couple of levels out of that, one of them being Zubair the Lion. Okay, and the loot reflects just how difficult this was. But we did get a falchion, which is decent. That's a decent find. Anyway, Widold, level 5. Do we still not have any throwing weapons for you? We don't. Well, that's disappointing. Son, I am disappointed. Anyway, despite that, I am going to give him throwing mastery here. Also, he is not very good, so I will at some point most likely get rid of him. In any case, let's also give him hit points and I suppose fatigue. Okay, and then we have the Lion. The Lion King. +4 melee skill is nice. And let's also take the fatigue. And I might even end up skipping Brawny since I might not be needing it, especially since he doesn't even have Berserk available. He does, of course, gain more action points from fatalities as long as it's with a cleaver. In any case, what is going to be my perk pick here? I could just take student now, which is, I don't know, maybe a bit silly at this point. But I could do that. There is also the possibility of getting Weapon Master and Quick Hands, which enables a lot of things. Which might be worthwhile here, but I am unsure of what to do exactly if I were to go with that route. The thing about Quick Hands is that you can't swap between two-handed weapons, nor with a shield. So you do need to take that into account. Let's see. Bulwark is pretty good. Man of Steel is pretty good. Mauler is pretty good. And those are the ones that I have selected as green, which means I'm getting them, I guess. So I can still change my mind if I'd like. Okay, I guess I'll go with Mauler. I'm definitely getting that at some point, and if I'm getting Weapon Master, which I'm still debating, then I definitely want Mauler as well. Also, I guess it's theoretically possible that I could like make sword/cleaver hybrid guy out of him, but that has been nerfed a little bit. Since if you Let's see, if you have both weapon perk groups of your hybrid weapon, only gain perks from the alphabetically first perk group. And that's not what I was looking for. When you equip a hybrid weapon whose perk group you have access to, gain the first and second perk in that perk group if you have the corresponding perk in another weapon perk group. So you don't actually get the third weapon perk anymore, even if you have like all three for another one. So it's made a little bit worse if you want to go with the sword cleaver hybrid thingamajig. Anyway, we're still on this contract. And here's another brigand camp, very close to the other one. One thug, one marksman, etc., etc. A leader. I haven't fought a leader yet, I don't think. So definitely will be doing this. It's also not on a hill. Even so, maybe I do wait for night time. Yeah, I think I should. They will have throwing weapons. Even if there's only one marksman, but even the one marksman can be pretty nasty. And basically, well, we have Vidled, but can you even call him a ranged mercenary? No, technically yes, but other than that, not really. Not at the moment. And maybe never, actually. Also, we have a couple of daggers, so let's see. You don't actually have a dagger yet, so do that. And switch this knife out. Okay, so let's do this later. Here are the webnects. Now, what I could do is fight both at the same time, but let's not. Let's not do anything like that. Also, maybe I do actually bring Vidled into this fight, since it does help to have more people who free others from the spider webs. And I don't care if Vidled dies, so it's fine. Alrighty. The webnects actually do want to fight us. Also, I saw something else. Okay, even more brigands. Interesting. It's like a brigand central here. Anyway, I also have this falchion, so let's see. 40 to 45. Okay, I guess the scimitar is better. Slightly. But let's give the falchion to the other sword guy, which is actually right next to you, Zahiri. Milo. Alright, and yeah. Let's go with this, I think. Sure. Let's fight some spooders. Alright, and I think this is easy enough. Let's just get to it. Not wait around or back off or anything of the like. Also, let's use the onslaught immediately. Could have waited for surround bonuses there, I guess. Well, there's still time for that. Let's wait. Adrenaline also pretty good against enemies like this. That is, let's see, 95. No need to wait. I don't think I want to try any spearballing shenanigans here. So let's not. Okay, get a kill there. And let's see, Mahdi can take... Actually, let's go help on the flank. Right, and no target for Wolfgang. Nice. Though, slight mistake actually. I should have left that kill for Espen there probably. Then again, there's a chance that Espen would have missed. So it's fine. Alright, there's the web. There's the webs. But that will not save these spiders here. Being unable to break others free though might actually get someone killed, maybe, though I think it's pretty unlikely in this specific fight. Pretty unlikely. There we are. Alright, 11 of them left. I'll just go for this. Free the others. Instead of attacking there. Right, easy enough. Okay, well, one of them might be getting away. Oh well. Are they still fighting? Doesn't look like it. Okay. But let's catch up to them while we can. Get at least a couple more kills here. Okay, well, I guess that's just that egg cluster there. Okay. That's it. That's it for this fight. Pretty damn easy. Okay, it is over. And Espen and, yeah, Bertram as well get levels. Okay, let's see. So Bertram, level 7, that means we're picking up poise. Oh, if the game lets me click on it. Come on. There we go. Alright. And yes, it seems we're getting the max value out of that. Good. And also more resolve, +4, that's good. We did roll a +3 from melee defense, but I think I'll still go with fatigue and initiative here instead. Probably. Yeah, I think they're better for Bertram. Alright, and then we have Espen, level 2. Did start with a +3 from melee defense, despite not having any stars. That's nice to see. Let's also take the +3 resolve, I think. And start with Colossus. There we go. And yes, indeed, then we have the Dread Fort. But it is only morning. And I said I'd wait. Let's go do this Hunter's Shack first here. Yeah, that should be easy. Now let's leave out Vidaled. And we should be fine otherwise. Yes, looks like it. Okay, so let's see, do they want to advance or not? Yes, they do. Okay, well, that's nice. Nice to see that. Should be another clean, easy, simple fight. 91 there, I guess I'll wait for surround bonuses. Okay. Golden Dag on Golden Dag violence. Our Golden Dag was the greater Golden Dag. Kill the one who gets to act first. Okay, and then they're basically done with. The result was preordained. Sorry to say, guys. You stood no chance. Okay, couple of levels out of that one. And some beer. That's the best find here. Anyway, Wolfgang, level 3 now. Okay, let's see. So nimble, probably. Well, in any case, no matter which armor proficiency he'd go for, the other option here is poise. I will be taking these hit points. And I suppose I'll take that +2 melee defense. And I suppose also I am taking Relentless. So let's mark this backstabber as blue instead of green, since I am undecided what to do here. I suppose cleavers are also okay to take, but it's mostly between swords and polearms, so we can hold off on that decision. Anyway, let's scout a little bit more, and when it's night time, take care of the Dread Fort. So I got her over the fruit cart like this, and we're just having a grand old time when her father walks in. He stands all slack-jawed and can hardly get a word out. Sahiri the Viper nods. So I says to him, "What's this?" And I stand back and flex with both arms, and slowly, ever so slowly, she lifts up off the ground. Zubair the Lion slaps the other gladiator in his glistening chest. "You lie! That's a bunch of lies!" The gladiator holds his hand up. "By the light of the Gilder and whatever other gods may deem to gawk at my body, it is the truth. My Paul has power." Okay, well, cool story, bro. And they both get euphoric. Good for you. I mean, it might be true. Also, is this goblins? Yes, indeed, it is goblins. It is very easy goblins, though. Afternoon. Well, I guess I should clear that. Also, yes, Leofric has leveled, so let's level him. And yes, it does seem I am taking initiative, so sure. Also rolls a +4 for melee defense. Let's take Spear Mastery now. Alright. And I suppose we'll fight some goblins. Though if I ever want to do the goblin ambition, this is one nice goblin location we could leave for that, as it's very easy. But let's just destroy it. Let's get rid of these stupid goblins. 5 of them. Nice tries. So... okay, well, that sucks. Okay, what the hell? Come on, dude. Well, yeah. The spiked bolas are quite a bit more powerful. Though Mahdi obviously does have pretty crappy armor, but that's still pretty ludicrous. 2 injuries and also stunned. This is only 5 goblins. Well, if he dies, he dies. Also, it's pretty unlikely unless the Goblin Wolf Rider somehow finishes the job. Anyway, let's use Onslaught, I guess. Ideally, I get the throwing nets here, but we shall see. We shall see. I do have the adrenaline on Milo. So who's going to actually handle the Wolf Rider here? Probably should not put Leofric next to the Wolf Rider. That seems like a mistake. Leofric is level 5. Let's just use him here. And let's see. Yeah, Zubair is probably a good choice for the Wolf Rider duty. And let's actually move here first. See what happens with the wolf. Okay, and let's advance here. Do I want to use Line Breaker? Is there a point? I don't think so. Let's not. Right, Elmer Fudd goes in, I guess. Might be getting hit by the... well, actually, no. Never mind. Never mind. Excellent. Okay, there goes the other net, sadly. Alright, well, okay, this is a situation where the stun would be better, even if this Wolf Rider by itself isn't all that dangerous, but let's try it. Okay, fail. That is a fail. Also, the goblin weapons, indeed, are better. Much better than they are in vanilla. So I guess getting goblin weapons kind of early, if you can still call this early, would be nice. Though famed goblin weapons would be even better, but we'll take what we can get here. Right, one of them, okay, never mind, is not getting away since it was very stupid. Okay, so one to go. And like I said, yes, we do get to act before. Alright. There we go. Did take a couple of injuries, but that's what happens. Get one throwing net and some goblin weapons. So the big thing, of course, is that these cost only 3 AP to use. Apart from the bow. Also, yes, throwing weapons. Okay. Let's see. You are over there, Widold. So finally we have some throwing weapons for you. So we can get rid of that. Right, there we go. He is actually a lot more useful now. Will not be joining the next fight though, I don't think, unless... Well, I don't know, maybe he will. We shall see. Anyway, Mahdi, you can sit out. Let's put Espen into the front. And does anyone not have a quiver? You don't. Okay, have some bolts there. Alright, anything else? Yes, the goblin weapons. Do I want to use them is the question. Let's see. 30 to 35. 25 to 35. 25 and 95. Okay, so they are weaker overall, but they do get to attack more times. The goblin falchions, though, let's compare that to this. 35 to 45. Yeah, the damage is a lot worse, it must be said. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure if I should be using this currently. Maybe for like, not you. You, Espen. Maybe for Espen. Though if you swing more times, then obviously you do get fatigued out faster as well. Well, whatever. They're decent, but maybe at day 36 they're already kind of a little bit too late. Anyway, let's head back to the Dreadfort. Camp a little bit. And then, if everything's fine, let's destroy it. Okay, you two can sit out. We don't need you here. So there is a leader. There is a leader, so someone should have nets out. Yeah, actually, never mind. Let's bring Vitaled. Despite the split nose injury. So I do have the reinforced throwing net as well, but I don't know. I don't think I need to use it. Alright, let's see how we do. 15 enemies this time. How do they want to play it, is the question. Or one of the questions. Okay, I can hear them moving around. Let's advance a little bit. Okay, here is the Manhunter. Okay, that's very nice armor. Well, pretty nice armor. Body armor of 270. Head armor of 200. Also has a noble sword. That's a nice find. Okay, excellent. Now, since he does have nice gear, he is also pretty dangerous, but that's why the nets are here. Alright, and let's see, advance a little bit. And wait, and wait, and wait. Alright, so how am I going to trigger them here? I guess... well, I don't know. Maybe on the flank, maybe in the middle. On the southern flank, they do have a high ground, which is a little bit problematic. So let's not get next to that. So it kind of depends a little bit just how far these palisades go here. Just how long it will take the Manhunter to join the fight. Well, let's advance at least this far. Okay. And we see a pillager with a two-handed mace. And if you get hit by that, then that's not a nice fun time. So let's try to avoid that. He will be pretty easy to kill though. 0 melee defense, no head armor. Which is kind of pathetic, to be honest. Alrighty. Okay, Wolfgang, you can advance despite being level 3. And not terribly afraid of these guys, though I might change my tune once the lines actually clash, but let's actually get in there. I don't care about Elmer all that much. If he lives, great. If he dies, whatever. It's fine. It's going to be fine. Guess Zubar goes in the middle. Espen can help around somewhere here. Alright. Not sure which way I'd prefer the Manhunter to go. The middle or the northern flank, but I don't know. It's not my decision, so it's fine. Yeah, nice riposte. That will help you. That's just a free riposte, isn't it? Yeah, and guard. So definitely want that net on him, as he also has a shield, which makes him pretty difficult to land hits on. Alright, and Zishan... just move there. Okay, and let's see. So I could move next to them already, but let's not. Not with Zahiri, at least. With Elmer, though. Okay, the one issue here. Both of these guys are shield walling. They don't have reach weapons around here, though, so whatever. I'll just get next to them and not attack yet. Let's wait and see if I can attack someone who isn't shield walling. That would be nice. And yeah, let's use Onslaught. Unless I want to use Hold Steady first. Let's see. I guess both are fine. Maybe Hold Steady is slightly better first. Let's use that. Okay, hold. Let's emulate Mel Gibson in Braveheart. A little bit. Alright, and wait. Okay, hello there. Also, yes, the Manhunter is going north. Which I suppose is fine. But we shall see. We shall see how it goes. Guess Espen just goes for the Scoundrel. Right, good. Hold on to the nets. How is the throwing weapon? 95. Okay. And 91 even against the shield wall during the night time. Okay. Well, that is actually quite impressive. He only has 61 range skill. Interesting. That is interesting. Oh, ignores the bonus to range defense granted by shields. I did not know that. And also plus 20% chance to hit. Okay. Well, maybe I have actually underestimated throwers in Reforged. That is a possibility. Quite likely, actually. Looking at these numbers here. Well, sure. What the hell, dude? This guy nearly died. Well, it was a headshot with no helmet, but still. And he also takes a severe concussion. That's insane. Okay, well, maybe in future runs I should like beeline goblins and just get a whole bunch of these spiked bolas, but because that's nuts. That's just utterly insane. Okay, well, okay, that's slightly less impressive because it wasn't a headshot. Anyway, it is a stagger. So yeah. Alright. Well, that opens up a whole Pandora's box of throwing things you can do. Anyway, let's see. These guys are going to come in. Leofric is fatigued out because someone threw a javelin at him, or a spear. Throwing spear. Guess I'll just wait. Zishan can wait. Well, that actually means also that Widold might actually stick around here for longer than anticipated. Okay. Go for the more dangerous guy. Should be able to finish him pretty soon here. Maybe even already. Let's see. Okay, not quite, but it is a hit. It is a hit. And we did get to attack someone who is not shield walling. Thank you. Thank you, brigands. Okay, do I bother with adrenaline here? I guess I do. If someone's going to die to the Manhunter, then it should be someone like Milo instead of Zahiri. So Espen or Milo. Okay, let's see, what is our chance here? 87. Okay, off with your head. Nice. This guy is also shield walling, so let's go for this one. Yes, I'm extremely impressed at these bolas. Based on that one headshot, which, I don't know, is semi-lucky to get that headshot, but still. Also, let's see. Do you have... Okay, you don't. he doesn't have this thing. Small target plus 10% chance to hit the head. That would be nice for him. No headhunter either. Okay, well, sure. He does get berserk. Well, anyway, let's not spend too much time thinking about things that might never materialize. Anyway, I suppose I will move Espen here. It's fine. Then again, if I do use, which I have been doing, Vidal's throwing attacks here, he cannot be throwing the net. So it's going to have to be someone else here. I guess Espen should have like a net in his inventory, right? Yes, 2 of them, in fact. Okay, I'll just recover here with Leofric. Okay, and Zishan, let's see. I guess he does need to hold this flank, so go for the guy who is shield walling. 60%. Well, it's a start. It is a start. Okay. And swing and a miss there. Well, that isn't a swing and a miss though. So the noble sword is pretty dangerous, but this guy shouldn't be able to kill anyone too quickly. So we can pretty safely focus on everyone else here. And by the time we start attacking the Manhunter, he will probably have a net around him and might already be breaking due to his allies being dead. So it should be fine. Hopefully. Also, we do have the stun possibility with knockover. You don't actually have a throwing net though. Well, that's fine. Let's just get a kill instead. Alright, and now let's use Onslaught. $68, $78. And I could also use the line breaker here. I think this time it is decent. It does put Elmer in a slightly tougher situation though. But yeah, against this guy is shield walling. And now he is not. Okay. Well, that is good. Though I did push him next to Vidal. Well, that's going to be fine. I think the others should be able to handle that, and even if not, then whatever, it's fine. And if it's not, then too bad. Anyway, let's carry on. Let's go for a kill here. Oh, nearly there. Nearly there. He is actually going to bleed out, so I think I'll just let that happen. So let's go for the Vandal here. 95 miss though. Well, I guess it's theoretically possible that I've killed Vidal due to pushing this Vandal next to him and also missing a 95. Oh well. It is what it is. What the? I guess he was trying to rally this guy. Well, too bad. Too bad for you. Anyway. All of these guys have yet to act. I guess I will be shield walling. Spear ball unlikely to succeed. Though we do have the spear mastery. So it's, let's see, 21 fatigue. I think I'll just go shield wall and wait. Alright, wide old waits. We can use a net on the Vandal, of course. So it's very, very unlikely that wide old will end up paying the ultimate price here. Guess I'll go ahead and use it straight away. Okay, Espen does this. Right, and you don't have a dagger, okay. 95. Excellent. Less excellent. But that was Elmer, actually. I was a little bit confused there for a second, because I thought that that was actually Zubair, one of the gladiators, but it wasn't. It was just Elmer Fudd. Elmer doesn't matter all that much. Like I've been saying, also, yes, this Vandal is now fleeing. Okay, there we go. So the net was completely wasted, basically. Oh well. Anyway, let's see. The Manhunter is now wavering. Okay, good to see. I can use a dog. Would I like to use a dog? I don't think it matters one way or the other. I think I will. Just to have something to do with these action points. Right, let's surround this fool. And the puncture is now 41. So he does have riposte active. 41. I could just wait for Zahiri to have a much higher chance and possibly breaking the Manhunter altogether, or for Wolfgang's possible stun here. I think I'll wait. I could also use the dog to surround him completely. I think I will. It's fine if he takes a little bit of armor damage, as long as it's not too much. Okay, 75. And 75. Okay, good. He is now breaking. So do I go for the stun? Let's see, 59. I suppose I will. But that was a miss. Wait, I suppose. Okay, Elmer can go for, let's see, probably this guy. 7 of them left. Elmer has taken a bit of damage, so let's not get next to this guy with the falchion, who has yet to act. Well, he can only attack once. Well, in any case, let's go for this one instead. Right, and finish the job. Just wait, I guess, though. How much is it going to hurt getting hit twice here? It might hurt quite a bit, but I don't think Espen is in any real danger. The thing is that the Manhunter might be breaking free here, so I might want this net. Which means I don't want to equip the kite shield now. Let's wait. Also, that is a 95 armor, which I can... Let's see. No, I shouldn't be able to dagger that actually, because the guy is going to be trying to flee here. Also, let's... never mind. I was going to use the dog against the marksman, but ran out of fatigue due to moving too much. Okay, sure. It's fine. Yeah, these polas are very good. At least this early on, they are extremely good. Alright, he did break free. But I might be able to break him completely before another net is required here. Anyway, let's make sure we kill every single one of them. I mean, a net costs 50 crowns. I guess I can spare one more. Sure. Sure. Sometimes I'm perhaps a little too greedy. Anyway, let's see. Nice. Didn't even bother to check the percentage there. And there we go. The fight is won. Oh, this helmet would have actually been okay to have. Oh well. Slight mistake. Should have daggered this guy, I guess. But there we are. Okay, Espen, the only one to level up here. We get a leather neck guard. We get the scale armor. It already has an armor attachment, okay. Let's see, we also get the 200 helmet. We get the 200 mace. We get a mail patch. Alright, that seems to be the exciting stuff. We'll need to do some inventory juggling here. Alright, is that all? No, I want this rusty mail coif. What else? There is a dagger. Yeah, the inventory size does need to be upgraded. It's a nice thing we have the caravan hand now. Okay, let's just leave the rest of this. Well, actually, yeah, I guess I want that. So let's dump this shield instead. Okay. There we go. There we are. Okay, so Espen, level 3. And let's see, probably actually take student, since nothing else really catches my eye. Maybe fruits of labor. Let's just get student. Okay, and +3 melee skill, but Min rolled the melee defense. And it seems that I will actually end up taking that melee defense, as I'm not going to get the initiative, not with this hesitant trait. Oh well. Okay, and yeah. Let's just head back now. Alright, and next ambition. So this is far better. So either the Walking Dead or trading. I guess I'll do the Walking Dead. I would like to get the amulet from that. And we should be able to do pretty many different undead camp types now. Not all of them by any means, but pretty many of them. Okay, let's see. Is there anything here? Tools. Tools are here. And that's basically it, I think. Yeah. Okay. So now what? Now what? I guess yeah, I need to sell my stuff. The selling prices were good here at Salzburg, I think. If I still remember. So let's head there. Also, can I craft something? Maybe. Also, I did loot a hooked blade at some point. Let's repair that. Repair quite a few of these things, actually. Come on. Come on. Also, yes, the heavy armor. I keep forgetting these very simple things. Which is actually to make use of things that we loot. Anyway, who is actually going for heavy armor? Is that a thing in this company? Apart from Zubair. Espen is going for medium. How about Milo? Yeah, Milo. Okay, let's see. 59. Okay, still not encumbered. How about after this? Still not encumbered. Okay, let's go with that. And also we have these armor attachments. The leather neck guard is basically free. But the mail patch will mess with the nimble poise values that you want to reach. I really don't care what these go on much, at least. So let's put this like on... Let's see. A leather lamellar armor, I suppose. Or no, actually, let's use it on a plated nomad mail. There we go. And this mail patch can go on... Like, I could put it on the dragon skin. I can just put something else there once we actually get something good. But even so, maybe it's better... Well... No, not this piece, because it already has something on it. Riveted metal plates. Also, this is a 65, not a 105. Let's fix that. That was a slight mistake there. Maybe a leather lamellar armor is fine with this. Yeah, fine. Let's just add it there. It's not a big deal. Also, yeah, I have throwing axes as well now. Okay. So the usefulness of Widled has increased drastically with these throwing weapons. And I'm really impressed by the bolas. I did say that already multiple times, but I guess it's worth repeating. Anyway, let's sell here. Not that screen. This screen. You scream, I scream. I'll keep like, I don't know, 1 or 2 golden dags. And I could wait for some of these things to be repaired, but it's fine. Also, notice how puncture isn't discounted. That would be maybe OP when you don't have dagger mastery. Especially since switching to a dagger is free in Reforged. I'll leave like one falchion. I'll leave these goblin weapons, I think. How about the military pick? Currently I don't have anyone who uses or will use hammers, but eventually I really want at least one guy to do so. That's a 65 armor. Let's sell it. Let's also sell the 55. That can go. That can go. That can go. Also that can go. One shield can go. Those can go. Alright, and let's see. What can we make? Just throwing nets. Okay. That is fine. Also, I can still make one more. Like so. Okay, let's see. Recruits. There are quite a few people here. We only have one spot open. Let's start with the wolf. Okay, 3-star melee defense. Well, that is excellent. However, no stars in melee skill. No underdog, no shields. So early on, once again, I would have been pretty happy with this guy. Now, however, do I want to keep him? Probably not. Deathwish, Eagle Eyes. He can hit things with fast adaptation, I suppose, and he can take spears to help further solidify his chances of landing hits. 41 resolve, 110 initiative is pretty nice. Would be going with poise, I suppose. Not terrible, but I think I'll let him go. He's not like... He can't really deal damage, and he can't really be a tank, despite the 3 stars in melee defense. Okay. Close, but no cigar. How about Manfred the Gambler? Okay, that's going to be a no from me, dog. He does have a lot of initiative, that's basically it. That's basically it. Also, eventually quite a lot of fatigue. And he does get the banner perks, but 1-star resolve, 42. Not all that impressive. Goodbye, Manfred. You are the weakest link. Who do we have left? We have some miners. We have a shepherd. And we have a messenger. I'll actually do the tryouts here instead of just outright recruiting. Okay, Ulrich is a pessimist bleeder. No special perks. How about Hildrich? Well, he does have the gifted and student. Those are special perks, but they aren't that good. Hildrich is tough. But yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe I should be waiting for like a swordmaster or something like that at this point. Yeah, I could find the Lair of Dark Rituals, which is an undead location, so I will take that. Was there anything else to sell here? No. Those rags can go. Guess I'll actually make some room here, since I might be getting some more stuff very soon. So yeah, let's sell the military pick as well. Alright, but now let's go see about those dark rituals to the northeast. Once again, the game is offering us a chance to be paid twice. But we are doing okay with money. Currently, not great. Also, let's see. Is there something I'd like to get here? Maybe. The bounty hunter is available, actually. I mean, it's going to take a while for champions to start showing up. This does increase their chance to spawn. Scout is okay. Scout is definitely okay. Scavenger is alright. Cartographer I don't usually take, but arguably it's pretty good. Let's get the Scout. And I can still, if I'd like, get one more. I think it's a bit early for the Bounty Hunter. I don't think it's actually going to do much. Maybe I'm wrong. This early. Maybe I don't even want to find champions just yet. Because champions will possibly, potentially, kill people. Okay, let's just go with that. Also, yes, the donkey, but I don't have the... Well, I do have the money for it, but let's not spend 99% of it. Also, it is the night time and this is near a forest, so let's be careful. Goblin Raiders. Well, we are most likely never going to catch up with them. Let's just leave them be. Northeast. So where is that going to be? Okay, you are asking for 40 crowns? Sure. Forest to the west. Well, that's where I was going. Okay, there. Well, he really got a nice payday there. But there it is, yeah. Okay, one necro, bunch of zombies and a few ghasts. Ghasts are potentially problematic, but let's see if we can do this. I mean, we should be able to do it. And probably pretty easily, but let's try to make sure that no one dies because of the ghasts. So we do have a whip, but it's not going to be used by Zubair. Because, well, main reason I've mentioned this is the missing eye. And also the -3 vision helmet. So if someone's going to be using it, it's someone like Wolfgang. This does, let's see... Okay, it doesn't actually have a penalty to hit, so that's for the disarm. Yeah. Okay, well let's give it to Wolfgang. And see if maybe he can hit a ghast with it. And if not, then maybe a zombie. But yes, the ghasts will make this actually somewhat difficult. Also, Leofric at least has Fear of Undead with 28 resolve, so yeah. That can definitely be an issue. The resolves are not all that great in this company. But there are only a few of the ghasts. Still, a lot can go wrong here. Hopefully not, but you never know. This is actually a fight where the firebots might be useful. But I don't think it actually works on ghasts, is the thing. So probably not. Also, Espen, you can actually have a better helmet now. Well, we shall see. We shall see. Do I give Espen a spear though? or even a sword. It's plus 10% to hit for that. Yeah, not plus 20. Like I'm used to. Maybe that's only in Legends. And this is, let's see, 15 fatigue, and this is 8. Whatever, just keep using the flail. And let's go, let's see how we do. The forest terrain might also make this slightly more difficult. 18 enemies. So I'm not going to be advancing here, we'll just outpace the Necro. That's the plan. And the priority is the Ghasts. Those are the real threat. So we can't split up too much. So I guess we'll just hold position for now. Yeah, I suppose so. Though I could make some use out of these choke points. But I think it's unnecessary. So let's hold and see. The Ghasts will join the fight once the lines clash. Okay, Necro has revealed itself. The adrenaline will be quite nice here. Hopefully. At least if Milo is actually able to land a hit on a Ghaist. Okay, keep on holding. And the Ghasts should... yeah, there they are. Staggered. Take that. And welcome back. Okay, let's probably use Onslaught now. Sure. Maybe that was too early though. I don't know. Well, in any case, it's used now. 2 Ghasts in the north, 1 in the south. Okay, let's see. They are not waiting. Well, best of luck to you, Milo. I do also have the dog, but let's use adrenaline instead. Zahiri will also go for the Ghasts. Let's see, 138 initiative. So that is more than a Ghaist. Quite nice. I guess I'll let this one just do its thing, because I can't really send anyone there now, can I? Not reliably. Alright, let's see. Hopefully Zahiri and or Milo can kill these two. And also I get to try here. 24? Nope. Let's have Leofric as far away from the Ghasts as we can. Well, actually, it doesn't matter if he's here. So let's move him there. Just advance a little bit. Alright. 45, 40. Okay, excellent. Less excellent, but still good. Okay, there we go. As long as you can actually act before them and hit them, then everything will be just fine. Alright, so the rest of this fight should be pretty easy. Keyword shoot. Of course, that does by no means mean that someone like Elmer might not die. .95 miss. And there goes Zishan, fleeing from one gazed scream. Just one. Now let's see if Bertram can... Yes, this time that was a success. Okay. Good. There is the Necro sitting all by himself. Quite a few 95 misses in this fight. Well, that's BB for you. Alright, and rally. Okay, good. Okay, Elmer is taking a lot of hits, might be going down. Especially since he's next to one who's possessed. But he's alive, okay. Still alive. Okay, let's use the spear. Okay, and actually, I guess Hold Steady might save Elmer's life, so sure. And also, we did get to the Necro. That's good. Okay, and let's use the axes for now. Axes have Overwhelm. So, oh, whatever. Was wondering why the overwhelm applied there when the zombie had ended its turn. At least I think it applied. No, anyway. Maybe I was just looking at the actual perk that the zombie has. Also, Zishan is now fleeing due to this one ghast. Oh dear. Oh dear, Zishan. It's just a spooky ghost. And there is just one of them. And I can't even rally. Okay. Well, he's fine. Should be fine. Hopefully he's fine. And he is. Okay. Good. That was actually maybe too risky to do there with Elmer. But I did do it. Alright, ultimately pretty easy. And we do get 3 levels. And 3 signet rings, okay. Not sure if I've ever seen 3 of them. Also get ancient gold coins. Okay. I am pretty happy about that. So Wolfgang, level 4. I guess he takes the resolve, the melee defense +2, and the melee skill. And probably just dodge. Yeah, I think so. And we will decide on the weapon at a later date. Maybe next level. I mean, with the dodge, I guess it's fine if he goes to the front line, and if he dies there, then so be it. Elmer Fudd, who lived through that, now level 7. +2/+2. Okay, sure. And also the +4 initiative. And let's give him nimble. Alright. That does mean that the helmet has to be changed, or should be changed. Also, we have these now. 115 -6. Sure. 49-24. We can do better than that. 50 and 25. Okay, let's go with that. It's also a nice fashion, a bold fashion choice. Rusty Melkoiv. Worn male shirt. He doesn't care what you think, as long as it works. Functionality above everything. Anyway, Zishan, level 8. +4. Excellent +3 melee defense. And probably the fatigue. Yeah, probably the fatigue. It is the max roll. I could get the resolve, but if he fails his promised potential, then even when he's useful, I probably will be getting rid of him. Probably. So that means we can skip the resolve. I think. 41, actually. Why is it 41? +3 from what? Is it from this? Yeah, it's from this. Battle Fervor. Yeah, okay. That does make sense. If this fatigue roll had been +4, then I would have taken the resolve. I don't know if that's actually a good justification or a good basis to make that decision, but That's how I would have done it. Anyway, Duelist is probably the choice here, since it does work with shields. Yeah, actually you get, let's see, 35% for one-handed weapons with shield. Okay, let's take it. So it's possible that Flail Spinner or something would have been better there, I don't know. But let's take Duelist. Okay, and that's the levels. Elmer can sit out. Mahdi, let's see. Minus damage, minus melee skill. I guess those are fine. So let's put him back there. Since we have a roster limit of 12, it's fine either way. Okay. So that's that done. Let's head to Salzburg. Alright, and people are fighting. Nothing like a good brawl. And let's just tell our employer out of the way. There we go. And the selling price now is 17 again, okay. So let's sell things. Let's not hang on to a bow. Sell the scythe. Guess I'll sell the Scrammas axes, even though I could have repaired them. Hooked blade. That is my only polearm apart from the banner, so maybe I do hold on to that. Maybe, I don't know. Also, let's give Wolfgang the pole mace back. And repair the gladiator helmet. Okay, any more recruits? Not really. Let's have a drink.
It's you and the Bloodforged. Remember me from Königshaven? We talked about, well, I don't really remember. But here we are. Let's drink. How have you been faring?
Oh, it's my old friend, what's-his-face, the drunkard. Okay, well, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Anyway, let's see. What now? Yes, I was going to scout this area. So let's once again head over there. Be careful during the nighttime forests. So let's once again stop by Senftenberg. See if there is a contract. It's going to be Hexen though, so no thank you. I might do a Hex contract this run, but I really don't want the stress of that currently. Right. Let's see, do I want food? Let's buy one stack of tools and I guess the bread. And that's it. Okay. Check the recruits. There is only Brando. Okay. I will allow Brando to remain there. Right, let's see what we can find. So far, nothing. Still nothing. Let's head towards Kraukdorf. Okay, and here we have the Doomed Fields. Okay, I don't think that's going to be worth it. A few necrosavants, some ancient praetorians. With nets, that is probably doable, but why bother? Also, it seems that Elmer Fudd is okay, so let's bring him back into the lineup. I really don't want to risk the lives of my men against necrosavants when there's no real gain. Okay, brigands way over there. I cannot really reach them. Let's stop by at Kraukdorf. And then maybe head east. Maybe scout the desert. Nomad camps would be nice. Okay, this is going to the east. Okay, that's nice. That's where I was planning on going. Wait for daytime though. Okay, bunch of recruits available. Let's also buy dues. Anything else? Probably not. Okay, so at this point I can definitely afford all of these backgrounds. I mean, it's only like poachers and thieves and caravan hands. Let's start with the cheap guys, the refugees. Did they get promise potential? Yes, yes they do. This guy will be a no. He is an insecure guy who fears greenskins. I guess that's understandable. I too would fear greenskins. Alright. Goodbye. How about Guntbert or Guntbert? Okay, better, but no cigar. Yeah, no. Yeah. Once again, someone with ranged skill stars, but no actual ranged perk trees. Alright, how about, let's see, Rumold the Monk. 2-star melee defense. Fat and fragile. Okay. So in the end he loses 10 fatigue. I guess his skeleton is fragile behind all that fat. Okay, sure, that's one way to compensate. 2-star melee defense with underdog. Horrible melee skill. 2-star resolve. Gets tactician perks. So if I did not have a tactician, this would definitely be a keep. Yeah, he's semi-useful, I must say. If I also had more roster spots than 12, I would keep him around, because, yeah, that's pretty good. If he also had, like, shield expertise or something, I would keep him around as it is, but I don't think I want him currently, since I do have a tactician and also a bannerman. So I'm going to say no. Right. Let's go with the tryouts for these guys. Okay, first up is Grimwold the Poacher. Does get ranged combat perk tree. Throwing or guns / firearms. Okay, let's see. Are you good? Not really. No stars. No stars in the right places. As just a thrower, maybe that's good enough actually, but I don't know. I would like it if he had actual stars. I'm going to dismiss him. How about Eugen the Thief? Night Owl Greedy. I think not. How about the Caravan Hand? Superstitious and Cocky. Well, that's going to be no. Alright. Okay. Well, in that case, let's just get a move on. Haven't been this way yet. So let's see what we can find. Here it is. It is a gelb wall and the road stops here. Okay. There is a weaponsmith. We probably cannot afford anything though. Let's see. Nothing spawned. Okay. Good talk. Dogs are pretty cheap, but I don't think I want more dogs. Tools are nicely priced, but I can only get like one stack. Okay, couple of recruits. Let's just check out Ulfert, the Houndmaster. Okay, 2-star ranged skill starts pretty low, no ranged perk trees. 3-star resolve, but whatever, that doesn't really entice me to keep him. 57 melee skill, no stars, 1-star melee defense. Okay, I think not. Goodbye. Okay, that's enough for now. Next time I will probably scout this area or to the east. We shall see. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.